Welcome to Narrowboat at Jamesville. Tomorrow we leave Watford and I'm going to miss it here. I'll miss the fact that this has been a really good trading location for us for the last 2 weeks. I'll miss the fact that there's a golf course just through those trees there. I'll miss the sound of this flowing water all night long right next to the boat. I'll miss all the owls in the trees here at night. And the reason I'm going to miss all this nature and the beauty of Canterbury Park is because we're about to start the engines and start a 2-day journey into London. This is quite a poignant moment because this boat got put in the water here at P&S Marine on Portside, and when I came out with Marlon we turned right and went straight up towards Berkhamsted. So as of now this boat is in uncharted waters. This boat here used to move around quite a lot, but it hasn't done for a while, so I think Finn probably hasn't seen this thing before. He's going to love this one. Okay, we got to Rickmansworth, and now just after this lock we're going to pull up at Tesco's if there's any room, and I need to basically clear them out of flour. Oh, I can't tell you how good it is to see all of that inside the boat now. We've stocked up, we filled our bellies, we've got a coffee. We're going to now cruise into the night time, see how far we get. Okay, we've just set off day 2 and we've tried to get to central London really today. We are in Springwell, so we're just kind of south of Rickmansworth, and we've got a mile or so to go until the first lock, and I think we've got 6 locks to do until we are lock free, so Cowley's the lowest lock. I've got problems on the boat though. My starter battery's flat, so it's either dead or it's not being charged, so I've got to go to Uxbridge Boat Centre and see if I can get a new starter battery. Just hot-wired it off Finn's boat. Cool, right, let's see how far we get. I know it's a bit geeky, but I really do like that bridge. I watched it being constructed over years. It's nice to be finally going underneath it. Look miles away. Look at the size of that gate. Tuning. Right, let's crack on. To give those watching a sense of direction, the road bridge that we are just about to go underneath is the A40, the Western Avenue. Okay, here's Uxbridge Boat Centre. And here's my new battery. I didn't want to turn my engine off because I have to hotwire it again, but I will install that at some point. But really want to get as far into London as we can now. We have arrived. This is Cowley, and this is the last lock before London, and quite possibly the last lock that we do this year. That's it, the last lock. Not fully closed, but we'll let you have that one. Okay. 5 hours to do, well, let's get as far as we can. We haven't got that long, light-wise. Right, we're carrying on down there, but we could go to Slough. We're not going to, because we don't want to. I think we're still in the London borough of Hillingdon. We've been in it for a few miles now. And soon we'll be going into the next one, which I think is London Borough of Hounslow, I presume. And the rules for roving traders is you are allowed to trade for no more than 28 days per calendar year in any borough. So out in the sticks, where like the borough of Decorah or Watford Borough or Three Rivers, 28 days per year. In London, luckily, the canal goes through about 10 London boroughs. It might be a few more than that if you include going down towards Brentford and everything. So, should be absolutely fine. Obviously, the rules for continuous cruising still are applicable to roving traders. So we've got to move every 14 days. So I'm not really sure what the cruising plans are going to be whilst I'm in London. I mean, most boats in London don't have a cruising plan. They just stay where they are. But I do want to move around, I want to explore, so does Finn. So we'll have to see how it goes in terms of where we stop and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's plenty of trade to be had in London, that's for sure. Not just in terms of population, but in terms of the rules. They really do work for roving traders in London because there's just so many boroughs. And with Hounslow being the next borough we come to, that's where the junction is at Bulls Bridge, where we turn left onto the Paddington Arm. Well, I'm miles away from that blue boat, but from here I can tell who that is by the hat and the fact that it is the best kept boat on the Grand Union. It's Martin and Julie. This is Prologis Park, which means we are just north of Heathrow. It's forever changing, London. No, we're at Ballsbridge Junction. We've got to turn left. Oh my God, I cocked that up. It kind of crept up on me a little bit, despite the fact I've been checking the map for the last 2 hours. Welcome to London. Lovely. That was the least slick entrance to the Paddington Arm ever. Alright, we are now heading due north after that disastrous turn onto the Paddington Arm. And we're now approaching Southall on our right hand side. Coming into Southall now, there's a bit of light left, so we're going to carry on. I've got my bow lights on now. It is dark out there, but I think we're going to push on. Got the lights up, there's no lock, so might as well carry on. Finn has the geographic knowledge of Ivy, my 6-year-old, so I'm not going to bother telling him that we are going underneath the A40 for the second time. This time we're heading north, and I'm thinking we're probably going to look for some moorings soon. I presume after this, on the other side of this bridge, we will be in Northolt. So hopefully we can find somewhere to moor up and then go and get some food somewhere. For those of you with a very good encyclopedic knowledge of this channel, you may remember a few years ago when Rob and I did our journey into London, we moored up just round the corner from here on our first night. And it looks like Finn and I are probably going to do the same thing, because this looks like a decent spot for us to get some food. There's obviously a lot of people that live around here. This wasn't as fully occupied when I was last here, and I think it might have still been in development, some of it, but now it's there's lots of lights on. This will be nice if you can find a spot to stop. So we had our first overnighter here. This is Greenford. This is lovely. This really is very nice. It's quiet during the daytime, so it's not a place for us to trade just yet, but this is definitely going to be on the list of places that we should visit whilst we're in this neck of the woods, because there must be 10,000 people that live in all these buildings around here. It's absolutely vast. Happy days. I think we are either in London Borough of Hillingdon or London Borough of Ealing. I'm not too sure, it might even be Hounslow. And we are soon to be kind of heading over the North Circular, which is something I'm looking forward to doing. It's an aqueduct going over the A406, and that is where London, old school London, starts, because here, even though it's a London borough, it's still an HA postcode or a UB postcode, so it's not London yet. But the other side of the North Circular, it turns into NW10, which is a London postcode. So that's the main change there. Coming up ahead, we're coming into Alperton, and there's a coffee and crepe boat in Alperton, who I'm excited to go and visit. I've spoken to him on Instagram a few times. But it's not quite the same offering as this, because he's not in the water. I think it's on like a pontoon by a block of flats. Here we are approaching Alperton. There's a Sainsbury's just down here, but this is the kind of place where I could possibly trade one day. And obviously I can only trade on this side of the boat, but look how wide the canal is here. It's so easy to turn it, so I'm on my trading side when I need to be. This is pretty unpleasant round here, I must say, this part of Alperton, Wembley. But straight ahead is where that crepe boat is, and from here it kind of gives you an idea as to the fact it's not in the water. It's on that kind of promenade thing in front of those blocks of flats. That doesn't look particularly inviting to moor up against all that stuff, so we're going to moor up on the towpath like good people and use the paddleboard and scoot across, and then use one of those yellow ladders to climb up. That's going to be our plan. Okay, here's the beach mooring we have. Not quite as beached as that crepe boat. Let's go check it out.
I can do electric. Anyway, do you want a cup of coffee or something?
Oh, I'd love one, yeah,
Let me
thank
just switch
you.
on the machine.
Oh, thank you so much, Andre. This is so nice to see it in action.
Because I mean, I was about to go, but I saw your
Oh, I'm so glad. We really wanted to see you. I'm
I
so
told you
glad
on
we
Instagram that if you guys come around, come and say hello.
Yeah, so I couldn't work it out because it was definitely on a boat, but you said you're not on the canal last
Yeah.
and I couldn't work that out.
Yeah, no one can, you know, it's like
Yeah.
we got
We'll go for gingerbread.
gingerbread, yeah?
Try gingerbread.
It's really good. Let's see how it goes. Nice to meet you. See you around.
See you later.
Wow, fantastic. Okay, let's go. And from here, you can see in the middle of the canal there, Finn, can you see that? Yeah. That island, that is the aqueduct going over the North Circular. I've never been so tense in my life.
There we go.
Wicked. Well done, bud.
Safe in my hand.
That was great meeting Andre. He showed us real generosity and kindness, which was lovely. He also wishes us well on our trading in central London. Oh, this is so good. Look at all that traffic on the North Cirque. Oh, I don't even care the fact that I've jackknifed. I've seen prettier canal side moorings. This group of buildings here tells us that we are now entering Old Oak. So we're still in NW10. Line there just said Kensal Green is 1 3/4 miles away. So apart from filling up with water at the next water point, which is about a mile away, we are not far from kind of entering the area that we kind of want to moor, I think. Managed to find the hardest to locate water point on the Grand Union. And we are pretty close to where we need to be. That sign there says we're in the London Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham. So not long to go now. We're heading into the good part of London now. So here we go. The Trellick Tower is now in view, which means we are really looking for moorings down here. This would be a busy spot. Probably though only busy with residents as opposed to residents and tourists, but still we'll see. I can't fit in there, so we can ignore that one. And ideally I'd like moorings on that side so I don't have to flip the boats. Let's see what happens. There's the Union Tavern, and there's the familiar soundtrack of London. Oh, this time it's an ambulance. Oh, hang on. Space under the bridge there. That might do perfectly. I've kind of got into this spot. I've lost reverse. I think there's a lot of shit on my prop. But look at this in the cut here. There's a line bike and a ladder. Whoa, jeez. But I think they're going to fit in here once I fish this rubbish out.
Hero, absolute hero. Go on, James.
Okay, I fished the bike out. We've kind of got a decent spot here, to be honest, even though half the boat's under the bridge. I might be able to use that to my advantage to protect from the winter for all of my queue. I could possibly serve from that hatch there and set the crate maker up on the dining room table. I could possibly set it up on the deck even, bear in mind it's all covered here. Right opposite the Union Tavern, which is going to be good. Okay, we've moved slightly. Now I've got this space here, which is really, really good. And we've got our lights up on those two poles there, got the flag flying. Yeah, this is quite a busy spot. Quite a bit of passing traffic by boat, and we've already served a few craft from this hatch here. So yeah, this has worked quite well. There's go boats going around. There's also a canoe club up there, so we're serving a few people by canoe. Oh, here's a question mark being answered for me. How do I get fuel in London? I knew there were fuel boats, but I didn't know how to get in contact with them or what their routes were. I feel like I'm cheating on Kev though. Needs must. Well, that's done. So yeah, I feel like I've cheated on Kev with Kev's extremely expensive London counterpart. £1.20 a litre down here. Okay, we've been here for a few days. Trade's been pretty bad, but we're leaving this mooring in the dead of the night. I'll tell you more about it in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.